If you're watching this right now, there's a good chance you're in a season that feels like nothing is happening, like life just paused on you. Your prayers feel like they're bouncing off the ceiling. The people around you are moving forward, getting married, getting promoted, getting their miracle, and you're still standing in the same spot, wondering if God forgot your address. Here's what I need you to hear before we go any further. Nobody warns you about this part. Nobody tells you that the quietest, hardest, most confusing season of your life is usually the one sitting directly in front of your breakthrough. Not after it, not years before it, directly in front of it. Elijah didn't hear God in the earthquake or the fire. He heard him in the silence. Ruth didn't get restored the day she left Moab. She got restored after months of gleaning in someone else's field with nothing guaranteed. Daniel didn't get promoted the day he refused the king's food. He got promoted after years of being quietly faithful in a place that didn't even want him there. So if your life feels stalled right now, it might not be stalled at all. It might be stacked. Let's talk about the 7 things you go through right before God moves. Number 1, God gets quiet and it feels personal. This is the one that messes with people the most. You used to feel him. Worship used to hit different. Now you're reading scripture and it feels like static. You're praying and it feels like you're talking to a wall. And your mind starts doing what minds do. Did I do something wrong? Did I miss my window? Is he even still listening? Here's the truth nobody says loud enough. Silence is not absence. A pilot doesn't talk to the tower during landing because there's chaos. He goes quiet because everything has to be precise. God isn't ignoring you. He's landing something in your life that requires precision, not noise. Number 2, the things you were standing on start moving. Right before elevation, stability disappears. The job that felt secure starts feeling shaky. The relationship you thought was solid starts feeling uncertain. Even your own confidence, the thing you always leaned on, starts to wobble. This part is scary because it feels like collapse. But collapse and clearing are not the same thing. You can't build something new on a foundation that was never rated for it. God isn't tearing your life apart. He's condemning a structure so he can build you something that'll actually hold the weight of what's coming.
Number 3, people start disappearing from your life. Some walked away, some you had to release. Either way, the loneliness in this season is real, and it's one of the heaviest parts of the whole process. But listen closely. Not everyone who was with you in the last chapter is licensed for the next one. Some people were assigned to your winter. They were never meant to survive your spring. That's not rejection. That's God trimming your circle down to the size your next level can actually carry. Number 4, you stop being satisfied with what used to satisfy you. The scrolling doesn't numb it anymore. The old distractions feel hollow. Even the version of yourself you've been performing for years starts to feel like a costume 2 sizes too small. That discomfort is not a red flag. It's a growth spurt. God's not just handing you a new position. He's dismantling the version of you that couldn't have handled it in the first place. Number 5, you get tested in the exact thing you're about to receive. Whatever your breakthrough is connected to, finances, leadership, a relationship, your voice, that is exactly where the pressure shows up first. Daniel's promotion was tied to integrity, so his integrity got tested in the lion's den. Ruth's provision was tied to faithfulness, so her faithfulness got tested in another man's field, day after day, with no promise of reward. The test always previews the territory. If you're being pressed in one specific area right now, pay attention. That's not punishment. That's a preview. Number 6, you start praying like your life depends on it, because it does. Not the polite routine prayers from before, the kind where you run out of your own words, the kind where you're on the floor at 2 a.m. because the weight got too heavy to hold up standing. That desperation isn't weakness. Breakthrough doesn't come to people who have it all figured out. It comes to people who finally admit they don't. Number 7, you get shown the finish line and then told to keep walking. A dream, a verse that won't leave you alone, a conversation that felt like confirmation, something that shows you where you're headed before you're actually there. Moses saw the land from the mountain before his feet ever touched it. That gap between the glimpse and the arrival isn't wasted time. That's where your faith gets built strong enough to actually carry what you ask for. So if you just heard even one of these 7 things happening in your life right now, I need you to hear this clearly. You are not stuck. You are not forgotten. You are not too far gone. You are being prepared for something you're not ready to receive yet, which is exactly why it hasn't arrived yet. Tell me in the comments which one of these 7 you're in right now. Number 1 through 7, I want to know. And if this reached something in you today, subscribe, because every single week we're going to keep reminding you who you are and what's coming.